Hello everyone, welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel on a beautiful Tuesday evening here on the northeast coast. It's actually really warm. If you can see just over in the distance there's St Mary's Lighthouse, and just down there actually is what's known as Charlie's Garden. It's what a local used to grow his plants on. So yeah, now it's just an outrock after all the erosion. But speaking of rocks, Newcastle were a rock again last night, weren't they? Their defence, yes, that's now 2 clean sheets out the last 4 games, if you include the cup final, or 2 and 3 if you don't, and that's only 2 goals conceded in 4 or 2 in 3 games. So yes, the defence has tightened up a bit, and that's our 4th consecutive win. So it's brilliant, but I've just got to say though, it's great to be back in the Champions League places. Newcastle United up to 5th. We're playing Man U on Sunday. Then we've got that game in hand, haven't we, against Crystal Palace in 8 days' time. But let's admit it, we're hardly got out of second gear. I don't even think we actually got out of second gear, if I'm being honest with you, because Leicester City, my God, they're awful. I said in my preview video, I've got to show no sympathy. Yes, there'll always be a little bit of respect there, but not too much respect. But honestly, like, it's just one of those games, like, they're just awful. They're such a bad team. And I mean, the fact that I saw a stat, 3 times out of the last 8 games, they've conceded a goal within the opening 2 minutes. And that's exactly what we've done last night. Jamie Vardy had that opening chance, didn't he? They tried to come herring out the block, so they flick onto him. Pope saved it for a corner. But then we're first attack, we score. And from then on, were we ever really in any doubt? No. They're terrible. He has some damning stats for you as well. I haven't done some stats in a while, so I wanted to share these because honestly, it's awful. I'll try and remember them all, but Leicester City are the first team in English football history, yes, English football history, to go 8 consecutive home games without a point or a goal. Ruud van Nistelrooy is only the 2nd Premier League manager to go 8 consecutive home games, and they're all defeats after Daniel Farke. The only team since Van Nistelrooy was appointed not to keep a clean sheet. They're the lowest scorer since Van Nistelrooy was appointed as manager. Only Paul Jewell and Mick McCarthy have got less points after 18 games than Ruud van Nistelrooy. And his predecessor, who was Steve Cooper, he actually got more points in 6 less games. Van Nistelrooy's got 7 points after 18 games. Steve Cooper actually got 10 points after 12 games. I'm trying to remember these because they're absolutely damning. It just shows how bad though that they have been, honestly. And then there's only one team who've actually went longer without scoring in consecutive games, because Leicester are now on a run of 15 defeats in 16, and they haven't scored in 8 consecutive games. And the only team who beat that was Crystal Palace 30 years ago in 1994-95, when they went 9 games. So Leicester go to Brighton this weekend, hoping to avoid that unwanted record. But let's be honest, we didn't even need to break a sweat last night. They were just dreadful, and we beat them at a canter. I mean, let's go through it. I mean, there was rumours before the game, wasn't there? Alexander Isak, is he going to be out? Now, I don't know why some accounts do this. They might say they've got some sources here and there, but I just think sometimes accounts just want to try and be like guessing in the know. If they do like a Jacob Murphy, a Nick Pope, or maybe a Dan Burn or a Fabian Shaw, it's not going to get as many interactions. But they know if they're posting Isak's a doubt or he hasn't travelled, it's going to get interactions. And I swear they do it just for the interactions. But you know what's irritating? I don't know why you have to be that account that wants to say a player's out. So yeah, I just like it to stop. But lo and behold, Isak was there. Someone who wasn't there actually was Anthony Gordon. Eddie Howe says he's still struggling with the injury that he got on England duty. I believe it was against Albania, if I remember right. But getting onto the game and the goals, I mean, the opening goal, obviously Jamie Vardy won a corner. But then in our first attack, What happened? Well, let's just say that Joe Linton was standing in acres of space in the middle of the pitch, right next to the referee. There was absolutely no one watching him. And what does he do? Picks it up, sprays it out to Harvey Barnes, who's got all the space in the world to run into. Harvey Barnes then plays it simply to Tino Livramento on the overlap. And then what does Tino Livramento do? What he's been doing expertly in his last few games. He done it at Wembley. He put in a dangerous cross the other night with his left foot. And again, he's done it again last night. Beautiful ball in. Spotted Jacob Murphy at the back post. And Jacob Murphy had the simple task of a tap in. And what was that? That was his 7th goal of the season. But honestly, just going into it, I mean, it was a catalogue of errors, as I've said, anyway, from Leicester's point of view. At the back post, Christiansen, ball watching, like, he checked once to see where Murphy was, he checked again, and then Murphy was still there, and then he just switched off, and Murphy had the tap in. And then if you want to go to Wout Thijs, or whatever you call him, Wout Thijs, he's a Belgian international, man, and like, honestly, he's one of the worst defenders I've seen. And we've had Kasapa, we've had Boomsong, we've had Carl Sarant at left back. Honestly, we've had Titus Bramble. We've had with fair share of terrible centre backs. Albeit Sarant was a left back, but you know what I'm getting at, terrible defenders. But him, honestly, and I've read all the comments today, he's awful again. He went to the near post. Yes, we had an overload because we're all ball watching. But the fact that he just let Tino just cross it in without even putting in so much as a challenge. And that was 1-0. And then obviously soon after it was 2-0. Jacob Murphy, I've got to praise him. Honestly, like, just think of this. Like, if we had been able to spend the money that we had, like, we'll want to, I mean, it might never be unlimited, but depends what happens with City and the rules, because they've won another case, as we've seen today, against the Premier League in terms of sponsorships. £20 million might be much in the grand scheme of things for the Premier League, but we'll wait and see with anticipation what that could mean for us. But if we had been able to spend like City and Chelsea were, we wouldn't have had these like success stories of Dan Burn and Jacob Murphy. Those players, Dan Burn would never have signed, and Jacob Murphy would have been probably one of the first to be moved on. But now he's on, got a brace last night, he's on 8 goals and 10 assists for the season. And I saw a stat just before I came down here, before it shows since the start of last season, Cody Gakpo, goals and assists, he has 24, Jacob Murphy has 26. Again, another Eddie Howe success story. And this is a victory for coaching if Eddie Howe not only wins with the cup, but gets to win the Champions League. But anyway, going on to that second goal, again, a comedy of errors. And I don't know what Hermansen was doing, honestly. It was just laughable. He was almost on the centre circle, played it to Connor Cody. Connor Cody could probably see, with all his experience, that Fabian Schär was going down to Jamie Vardy. He's closing him down. But Fabian Schär presses Jamie Vardy. It's not the Jamie Vardy of old who used to devastate teams. He's lost his pace. He's older than me. I'm 37. Jamie Vardy's 38. But Fabian Schär presses him high. Brilliant challenge. And then anyone else, you go, what on earth are you doing? But Fabian Schär is not one of those players. Fabian Schär, we're like, Jacob Murphy's run through. Play to Murphy. Fabian Schär, in Fabian Schär fashion, just does what Fabian Schär does. And he actually went for the goal, with Hermansen being an absolute mile off his line. And honestly, I've never been so gutted in my life to see it hit the bar. Yes, we scored from it, but let's be honest, we all wanted Fabian Schär to score. I mean, but he's jokingly tweeted, saying, I hope you enjoy the assist, something like that. Hope you enjoy the assist, Murphy. But yeah, Fabian Schär, honestly, for £3 million, the guy's absolutely, I don't even know what else to say now. You think you've said everything you can about him, but the fact that he actually went for it, and I think that Sky Sports said it was the longest shot that's hit the bar from distance in Premier League history. I can't remember what it is exactly, 52, 54 yards or something like that. I've listened to it back, but honestly, I can't remember. But the fact that he tried it from inside his own half, just shows the audaciousness of the man. The fact that he's a centre-back. But Jacob Murphy, I've got to praise Jacob Murphy for what he's done. The rest of the defenders, if they were actually defenders, would have realised that a 3-yard head start on him. But what Jacob Murphy done with his anticipation and showing the confidence he has in him at this moment in time, he's in the form of his life. He read it, he got ahead of them, followed the ball and came off the bar. Hermansen was just in a complete muddle. Jacob Murphy just got away with it, controlled it with his foot, hit his shin, but then he put in the roof of the net. And by then, before even the third goal, it was game over. And then the third goal, again, Leicester, a bit like us at times. It wasn't a perfect performance, Eddie Howe's even said that, but Leicester were just so wasteful in possession. And it's just the fact that they played it, a loose pass, Harvey Barnes. And you know what, Harvey Barnes isn't normally one. The thing I'd say he's a bit similar to Gordon. Sometimes his finishes are cleaner than Gordon, but what Gordon has over Harvey Barnes, which we'll see a lot, is he's actually one who presses well. He knows like his positional sense and where to close the man down. But I've got to say this, we praised it at the time when it happened. Fair play to him last night for doing that. And he won the ball, countered, played at Isak. Isak, by his standards, had another quiet game, but he's on 20 goals for the season, so I'm not going to knock him. But James Justin followed the counter-attack all the way to his own box. Isak tried the shot, it deflected. Justin done an absolutely awful header straight back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton said, "Wout Faes," to another postcode. It was saved by Hermansen, but Harvey Barnes done well to stay on side. And he was there for a simple tap-in. And fair play to Barnes, he has played well of late. Now, last night, it wasn't his best game, I've got to say, but to be honest, like I've just said, Eddie Howe said we didn't play well at all, but we still got a 3-0 win. But it's again, it's another one of them where we've just been clinical. And the fact that we got 3 goals and our passing was loose, there were so many unforced errors, unnecessary turnovers. I think it got a bit too comfortable because we didn't think Leicester would be that bad, but they were. But yeah, you know what? Fair play. The game was done as a contest at half time, and then second half we were just in second gear, and at times we might have dropped down to their level. The fact that it was an awful watch, but you know what, it was job done. We brought the players off when we needed to. We got them the necessary rest, and yeah, they're good to go again for Sunday against Man U, because it's been confirmed that it looks like Joe Willock, he's got a bit concussion, and Premier League protocols are 6 days, so I don't know if that would take him up to the day of the game, but sounds like he could be out of that match. We don't know what will happen with Gordon, but Joe Linton came off, so he's avoided getting his 10th yellow, so he is available. He's still got Man U and Palace to get through, but yeah, basically it was job done at half time. We got the players off, rested them when we needed to, and we're just seeing the game out at a canter, bringing on the likes of Longstaff, Lewis Miley, and yeah, basically we just said to Leicester, break we're down. If you're good enough, break we're down, try and get a goal or two, but Leicester are that bad, they couldn't even do that, and it was just, we coasted all the way to those 3 points, and yeah, they're only heading one way, and that's the championship. So yeah, it was a good Monday night football. I've never felt so relaxed in ages watching. I can't believe how easy it was. You're thinking if they're down there, they would put up a bit more of a fight, but oh my God, they're just such a terrible team. They are. Like, the fact is, like, they haven't kept a clean sheet since Van Nistelrooy came in. It just sums up them as a whole, as a club. They need to be relegated, and they just need a major reset. And the fact that only half the stadium was full last night sounded like a home game, although it does at most away games when we're in the away end, because we're the best away support in the country and possibly the world, I'd say. Yes, I am biased, but we are. So yeah, we're up to 5th. Man U on Sunday at St James's, and then we'll look to build on that with 3 wins out of 3 from this 10-game Champions League running, and then we've got that massive game, which I think will be the toughest game, against Crystal Palace. But anyway, that's it from me for now. Thank you very much for watching. From me at Seaton Sluice, there's the King's Arms. If you've ever been here, go in there. It's a great pint. Same at the Waterford there. And I'll just give one last view over there. If you can see in the distance, you'll see Big Dan Burns' hometown of Blythe over there. But yeah, I am going to go now, so I just want to get this video in. But yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching. Like my channel, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and do the same with Magpie 24/7, Magpie Ultras, and NUFC 360. Take care, enjoy your week, hope it's a good one, everyone, and I'll be back at the weekend with my preview for when we're playing Manchester United at St James's Park, and it should be bouncing. But for now, take care, thank you, bye bye.